Alright, hey YouTube, this is another prediction video. I know I haven't made any videos in a while, but the UFC hasn't been active lately, you know, so I haven't been doing any predictions, so there was a reason for it. But yeah, so I haven't done a video in like 3 weeks at least. But yeah, so it's International Fight Week. That's why they haven't had any UFC since like the 18th of June. So we can get right into the predictions for this Thursday's UFC Fight Night, Thursday, July 7th. Dos Anjos versus Alvarez on UFC Fight Pass. So this is the Dos Anjos versus Alvarez predictions. So let's get things started with Vicente Luque and Alvaro Herrera. I'm going to go with Vicente Luque. I just think he looked pretty good on the show, on The Ultimate Fighter. He also looked good when he beat Hyder Hassan the second time they fought. So, I think Luque wins this fight. Then you got Marco Beltran and Reginaldo Vieira. I don't know. I got to go with Marco Beltran. Oh. I just think he was, Reginaldo Vieira, he didn't really look at his best when he won the Ultimate Fighter, but I think Marco Beltran's going to win this fight. I think he finds a way to win. I think Marco wins. And then Gilbert Burns and Lucas Sajewski. I'm going to go with Gilbert Burns. He's looked a little bit better in the UFC. Like, Lucas Sajewski's had a little bit of a layoff. And just like Brian Stan said, when you have your UFC debut and you don't fight for at least a year, it's like you make your debut again. So that makes sense. So I think Gilbert Burns wins. Then you got Felipe Arantes and Gerard Sanders. I'm going to go with Felipe Arantes. He just looked better in the octagon. Gerard Sanders really hasn't impressed me all that much. I just think Felipe is the better fighter and he gets it done. This is a tough fight right here. Russell Doane and Pedro Munoz. But I think Pedro Munoz gets it done because I just think he's faster and he hits harder. I think he can catch Russell Doane with something, so I think Pedro Munoz gets the job done. Then you got Anthony Burchak and Delino Lopez. I think Delino Lopez wins. This is kind of strange because he's on the card later after the guy who beat him. Interesting, but I think Lopez gets it done. I think Delino wins. And Anthony Burchak coming off his knockout loss to Thomas Almeida, who actually got knocked out in May. Then you got John Makdessi and Mehdi Baghdad. I gotta go with John Makdessi. Mehdi, he was a good fighter on The Ultimate Fighter. I really think he looked better on the show than he did against Chris Wade. But, I think John Makdessi is better. Then you got Mike Pyle and Alberto Mina. I think Alberto Mina wins. He's pretty... Actually, I think he might be young. Oh, 34. Okay. Well, he's a good fighter. He beat Akiyama. Thought Akiyama could have won that fight, but... I think Alberto Mina wins, And then he got Mitch Clark and Joe Duffy. I think Joe Duffy wins this fight. I think he's coming off that loss to Dustin Poirier. Mitch Clark hasn't fought in over a year, so I think Joe Duffy gets it done. Then you got Alan Jouban and Belal Muhammad. I think Belal Muhammad wins his UFC debut. I really don't know who it is, but 9-0 record. His nickname is Remember the Name. I gotta go with this guy. I think he's pretty confident. I think he can get it done against Joe Ban. So I think Bilal Muhammad wins. Then the co-main event, this should be somebody's going down right here. No way this is going 3 rounds. You got Roy Nelson and Derek Lewis. I don't know. I think Derek Lewis finds a way to beat Roy. I think he can catch Roy Nelson with something. You know, Mark Hunt caught Roy. I think Derek Lewis can do it as well. So I think Derek Lewis wins. He's the underdog. And the lightweight championship, Rafael dos Anjos defends against Eddie Alvarez. I gotta go with Rafael dos Anjos because he's just looked amazing out there. You know, he beat Donald 66 seconds. You know, just a minute and 6 seconds of destroy. He beat Anthony Pettis, destroyed him for 5 rounds. You know, destroyed Benson Henderson. I think he wins. I think RDA retains his belt. I think he beats Alvarez. That's it for the UFC Fight Night. Dos Anjos versus Alvarez predictions. They are this Thursday at 6. The undercard prelims only in UFC Fight Pass at 6:30, and then the main card on UFC Fight Pass at 10 o'clock. So at 10 p.m. All exclusive on UFC Fight Pass. And catch you later.